The ayes to the right, 202. The noes to the left, 432. So the noes have it, the noes have it.
Defeat was on the cards. But to many, the scale of opposition to Prime Minister Theresa May's Brexit deal was shocking. A picture of how divided lawmakers and the country remain over how the UK will leave the European Union.
We've got a Prime Minister who can't command a majority at all.
Parliament's rejected the best deal the Prime Minister could do.
But Theresa May is going to try again, and she's hoping to attract new allies.
The government has heard what the House has said tonight, but I ask members on all sides of the House to listen to the British people who want this issue settled and to work with the government to do just that.
First, though, she'll have to survive another vote of no confidence, this time tabled by the opposition.
This is a catastrophic defeat for this government. I have now tabled a motion of no confidence in this government. And I'm pleased that motion will be debated tomorrow.
May is likely to survive the vote, but she faces the difficult task of figuring out what MPs might vote for, not the deal she worked more than 2 years to put on the table. The deal MPs voted down was twofold. First, a political declaration that the EU and UK will cooperate closely on trade and security while ending the free movement of people. The second document they rejected was the withdrawal agreement, or the UK's legally binding divorce deal with the EU. It gave a 21-month transition period for the UK to leave, starting on the 29th of March. It also included a £39 billion or $50 billion bill to be paid by the UK, and secured the rights of EU and UK citizens living abroad to remain there. It also included the controversial backstop, a temporary plan to keep the UK in line with EU trade rules to avoid a hard border between the UK's Northern Ireland and the Irish Republic, an EU member. Now, though, it's back to the drawing board.
I think the great unifying chart hit of today would be called something like, "Are you sick of hearing, reading, eating, breathing, dreaming about Brexit?"
Sadly for some, the Brexit drama isn't over. If she survives the no-confidence vote, Theresa May has 3 days to come up with a backup plan, and that could mean delaying the March deadline to leave the EU.
Extend Article 50, give us time to get through this impasse. It's really, I think, time for us to come together and recognise that this is a crisis that the whole of the United Kingdom is in.
But skepticism is rife. Even if she breaks the deadlock in Westminster, will Theresa May see a change of heart in Brussels? So far, European countries have been reluctant to offer Britain any new concessions. The EU's Brexit negotiator even hinted they should prepare for no deal at all.
Today, 10 weeks away, the risk of a no deal never seems so high. Our goal is to avoid that scenario, but we will also have a responsibility to remain clear-headed, which is why we will intensify our efforts to be prepared for that possibility.
Analyst fears about a no-deal scenario include market chaos, food shortages, and endless queues as businesses on both sides work out how to trade. Some pro-Brexiteers, though, seem to think the UK will be able to operate under World Trade Organization rules.
Leaving to WTO terms is nothing to be frightened of. It's how we trade with the United States, it's how we trade with other countries. There are side agreements around it that are technical agreements that are relatively easy to put in place.
And there's another camp, still calling for a new referendum that might cancel Brexit altogether.
And just because you voted once doesn't mean you can't reflect and have maybe more options.
But May's government is strongly opposed to the idea, and it's unclear whether Brits would vote any differently. For now, this House has made its position on Brexit known, but the big questions still hang in the air. Whether the UK will leave the EU at all, the future of Northern Ireland, Gibraltar, and even Scottish independence. It won't be back to politics as usual anytime soon. Sandra Gathmann, The Newsmakers.